Hello everyone, Alchemicgree here. Welcome back to Dungeon Dragon Before the Storm. Last video we did the fighter. So 3 down, 2 to go. So, in case you were wondering, I did say I was going to do this in order. So I'm sorry, Paladin, you are my least favorite. I'm clicking the Cleric. Alright, so Clerics have helpful magic, often healing and inspiring their allies. But you can also use spells that harm and hinder foes. Clerics can also rely on their combat training to let them win the battle. As a cleric, you wield magic given to you by your deity, Martha Durn, who watches over travelers and outcasts. Huh. What domain would that be? Oh well. So, I'm a cleric. I use wisdom, strength, constitution, athletics, intimidation, medicine, religion, many weapons. I know a couple spells I can't read because this skin's here. Alrighty. Oh, I'm a hill dwarf! Dwarves are solid and hardy, like the stone they are said to be created from, weathering over the centuries with endurance. Alright, I'm a dwarf cleric, and I am a soldier. Ooh. I trained as a soldier on the island of Mintarn and joined a mercenary company. I traveled to the city of Neverwinter with my company to serve in both the army and city watch. Over time, you grew disillusioned with many of your fellow soldiers. They seem to enjoy their authority at the expense of the people they're supposed to protect. Yeah, I'm a good boy. Alright. A shadow creeps across the sea like a shroud, swallowing an unknown island in the darkness. You know that within this sinister fog is a formless force of hunger and death. From above, a voice made of light calls out for you to step forward. I then wake up in a cold sweat. I've had the same disturbing dream for months, and it's made my life at the City Watch difficult. The lack of sleep causes me to doze off in my post nearly every day, and people have started to notice. Ooh, God, that's not good. Can't shake the feeling that you know the place from your dreams. You recall seeing an image of a similar island inked in a tome somewhere in the archive annex. Perhaps these dreams could be a sign from my god, a calling to do more. Well, travelers and outcasts, that makes sense. Alright, to the archive annex! Inside the archive annex, the walls are filled with bookshelves containing a wealth of scrolls and tomes, both magical and mundane. The head of the establishment watches you carefully, a stern dragonborn woman with blue scales, wearing wizard robes and carrying a mangy rat on her shoulder. She looks disapprovingly at your muddy boots, but you walk on. A colleague told you that they saw an image of a sinister cloud like the one in your dreams in a book on the upper level. Now all you have to do is find the book and climb the stairs. Constanza's stern voice says, I'm afraid access to the upper floor is restricted. The librarian follows you closely, suspicious of your intent in bearing a baleful scowl. Alright, well. Well then, I am a good boy. So I will be a good boy and convince her to let me up here. Why is the DC so high? Oh, this is going to be terrible. Terrible. Oh my god! Wow! Wow! At first, the librarian doesn't seem interested, but once you've mentioned your dream, her interest is piqued. She earnestly listens to your story. I'm sorry, but the upper floor is restricted. However, I think I know just the book for you. Wait here and I'll bring it down for you. It's quite an advanced tome, but don't worry, it has pictures. Well, that's just rude. I almost want to conquer on the head. Dragonborn ascends the stairs and after a short time reappears with a sturdy book of brightly covered bindings. After handing the book to you, she returns to her station by the door, eyeing you curiously. Book is now in your hands. Flipping through the pages, you see many dramatic paintings on its pages, and eventually you find one from your dreams. Unfortunately, the book is written in a language you don't understand, perhaps Draconic. Try your best to decipher the information, but it's no good. You could probably figure it out if you had more time, but you hear the scraping of the library's clawed feet come up behind you. Well, this is official watch business, so let's try that approach. Oh, God, yep. If the DCs here are 15, then thank God. She looks you up and down scrupulously. You aren't wearing your uniform, but you have some credentials that you show her. Show her the credentials. Furrows her brow and looks them over. Well, why didn't you say so before? She says exasperately. She then describes the contents of the book. The image you've been searching for depicts Stormwreck Isle, a place near Neverwinter, a remote cloister that holds a temple to the dragon god Bahamut, who is the patron of heroes and a champion of justice. Someone at the cloister may hold the key to averting the impending doom your deity warns you of. Alright, let's head back home. Start walking back to the City Watch Keep. While walking through the Protector's Enclave, you hear a familiar voice. Though far off, you recognize the golden tone from your dream. Step forward. It fades from behind the corner of a temple. You follow the voice around a corner and then another. Step against The voice is drowned out by the gruff laughter of the sound of something being dragged along the ground. Oh, boy. You see a tall, brawny dragonborn woman wearing the uniform of the City Watch, heavily adorned in medals. The officer, a captain from another district, you think, has the temple's head priest, a dwarf woman, by the scruff of her neck. The dragonborn shakes the dwarf wildly, and the toes of the priest's shoes scuff against the ground as the dwarf tries to keep her feet up. How high, then? How high until you reach your god? The officer sneers at the priest. Any higher and you'd be in my chin. Why did they chastise the orc? There's no orc. Did they miss? Okay, you know what? Yeah, no. Nope. Unhand! Grabbed the gloved hand of the officer. This is not how we do things! Yes, this is not how we do things in the Watch. You pry her mitts off the dwarf. How dare you! The shocked captain exclaims. Fuck you. Dragonborn woman, catching the eye of her prey, staring in your direction, turns her head to see you. The dry, glib voice, she says, "Oh, you spooked me there, constable." Then lowers the dwarf woman, still in her grasp. Just having a stroll, Well, I caught us a rat, she sneers. I'm Captain Bella Morgal. And hey, aren't you that goody two-shoes they've got patrolling the docks? Well, it is. They are too high and mighty to get your hands dirty with the rest of us. Shouldn't you be off somewhere snoozing? You know, you'll never get promoted with that kind of attitude, right? I've had a day, okay? And I'm also disillusioned by these assholes, so I'm going to cast Command. I cast Command, commanding her to release the priest. The Dragonborn suddenly goes stiff, her eyes glaze over. She releases the priest, who steps away with trepidation. For a little while, the captain stares blankly forward. A moment later, the officer snaps back to reality. Shaking her head, she glares at you. You'll pay for this! You're a traitor! To the Watch and to your superiors! She spits. Oh, you want to do that? You want to play this game while I put you in your place? Fine, I challenge you to an honorable duel. Challenge to a duel. You, what? You? Scoffs and cruising. Fine. If you show your face at the Watchkeeper ever again, we'll settle it then. I'll have your post, and I'll have your head, traitor. Enjoy yourself with these rats. The captain huffs and walks away. Priest looks at you with gratitude. Thank you. Our paths are never simple. She gives you a hearty hug. It must be a sign. I prayed for you. You see, at Bahamut delivered. She smiles, straightening her shirt, gathering a broken broom from the ground, and walks to the nearby temple. Okay, let's settle this shit. You start walking back to the keep, uncertain about what you'll be waiting. You come to the thing. The guard stops and sorry, captain's orders, he says with a smile. You recognize him being in the same district. You first said, I will not be barred from my own home. Then you see, alright, let's do this. Put this bitch in her place. You march past the guard, ignoring his protest. The guard slinks back into an empty corner of the keep. You storm with her. She releases the snap of her scabbard and draws a sword. I'd call you a dog, but at least a dog has loyalty. She spins her blade from one side to another. Fight me, little mouse! Alright, let's do this! Whip out the mace! Oh god, she's got a strong AC. Doesn't matter! I conquer over the head! As you launch forward on the assault, you swing your mace. You knock the captain back with a mighty blow, dealing 5 points of damage. She eventually catches her footing and retaliates with her longsword. Connects, stabbing me for 3 points. As you duck and weave, you find yourself in the spiraling staircase leading upwards. Captain jabs you, forcing you to retreat up the stairs. Okay, let's keep beating her with this mace. I will die on this hill and take her with me. Oh yeah. It's a smackdown. You catch the captain across the cheek with your mace, causing her to reel back, dealing 4. She roars and retaliates. Still off kilter from your hit, she flails her sword wildly, and I'm able to avoid her entirely. Eventually, you reach the top of the stairs, which opens onto the battlements of the turret. I will strike her down with all my might, and hopefully this doesn't kill her. Hopefully. I could push her off the edge, but that will probably kill her. I'll just knock her down on her head and strike. Come on, 3rd time's the charm. Oh yeah! That's how you do it. Please let this be non-lethal. Mace comes down on her head with a thud. You deal 5 damage. She kneels, hobbled and bleeding from her brow. So, I'm defeated. Guess that means I'll see you tomorrow then. The sound of boots against stone approach, and the chief of the watch comes into view with several constables trailing short behind. I don't care what this is about, but this isn't how we handle disagreements. Disagreements? Yes, a simple disagreement, the chief declares with authority. You're too important to the watch to throw out, but I'm relieving you of your duty, both of you. If you want to remain part of the city watch, you're going to have to earn your positions back. Yes, Chief. The captain slumps and nods, defeated, as the captain tears a handful of decorations from her uniform. Turns to you. What do you have to say about yourself? Fuck you, I quit! I just shamed her, I'll take it! I love it. I resigned from my post of the city watch. I look to turn a new page in my life as something else. Along the docks of the Black Lake District, you're able to find the haggard ship's captain, a name of Drowse, and agree to ferry you to Dragon's Rest. You book passage. Next day, gather your belongings aboard the vessel. At dawn, you sail. Yes! Oh, God, I was so happy to put her in her place since I was playing my rogue. Huzzah! Alright, I used my position to view restricted sections. I challenged a captain of the watch to a duel, and I gave my resignation to the chief. I did pretty good. I didn't fail anything. God, Cleric, I was a good, honest boy. I had integrity. I played off. I was lawful good. Very nice. Honestly, very, very nice. And I believe that is the perfect spec to go with. So, thank you all so much for watching. Share, subscribe, let me know what you think. Leave comments below, and I'll be with you next time. Thank you, and goodbye.